Hello, 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 everybody. It's Matt, and it is Wild Wednesday, and I'm here for another review. Before I roll on to that, I want to wish each and every one of you a great morning, evening, dawn, day, or dusk, all that lovely stuff, because life really is too short as is. Do me a really huge favor, like, share, and subscribe. I love seeing your beautiful faces when you are here. I hope you love seeing mine when I am. I know it's an awful lot, but I have an awful lot to review. And with all that said in mind, also check out the last little bit of information I give you is in the description box. I give you your brief synopsis, your starring cast, your director, your runtime of the cut I am watching, along with a link for a trailer, a link where you can watch this one for free. And if you decide, you can help support the channel and toss me a couple of bucks, and that would be greatly appreciated. So with all that said in mind, let's get on to the film of the day. And today's is another classic from our good old friend Joe Sherlock. It is the 2019 film known as Things 5. Wow, what a great little movie. I am just a huge fan for Joe Sherlock. I think his movies are always fun. You never know what you're going to get yourself into. They start in one direction, move another direction, move 50 directions. They're like the Quentin Tarantino of B movies. That's how this movie. It's like the Pulp Fiction of B movies. It is just absolutely stunning and brilliant, and just a great thrilling little ride from beginning to end. It starts off with our great Jewel Siren off doing a little running montage just to start off the film, and then you find out that she is going to be attacked by this creature, this thing, and this thing is played by a doctor, and the doctor is played by our good old pal Dale Wilson, who plays all of the things itself, except for one of them, and excuse me, Donna Rooney plays another one of the things. But Dale Wilson plays several roles in this, and I was happy to see that because I am always a huge fan of seeing Dale Wilson in Joe Sherlock's films. We also had other returning favorites such as Jackie Neyman Jones. We had Richard Johnson. We had Bryn Krsti. We had Roxxy Mountains. We had Cassidy David. We had Tonjia Atomic. We had a lot of the regulars that you see in a Joe Sherlock film, which is why I listed everybody in the entire credits practically, because they are regulars that you see in their films, and you grow to love and adore them because they always turn in these great performances in these great little films that Joe makes up in the Oregon, Washington area. They are always just a breath of fresh air. They're always something I always enjoy. I can never say anything wrong, negative, or bad about his films. I've never once gotten lost. This one, I did wonder where it was going at one point, and then once I figured out it was about the things, because I have yet to see any of the other Things sequels, because there's like 100 of them. No, there's like 6 or 7 of them. I don't remember, but either way, there's several of the Things movies in the entire franchise, but they're not all directed by Joe Sherlock, by the way. Just a couple of them are, but you have all kinds of interesting things going on in here, such as you have a creature that rides home underneath the car of Jackie Neyman Jones as she goes home from her work at the bar, and she stops off and gets some groceries, and the creature rides home and decides it's going to nest in her garage, and entered her daughter, played by Stephanie Marie. Stephanie Marie, by the way, is doing the whole like flirty, texty thing going on with somebody that she is speaking to on the other end. Um, uh, she at one point is like, "Oh yeah, he deserves a great one for this," and she's like, and you have multiple extended shower scenes with her, with Jewel, Siren, with Roxxy, with just about every girl possible in this movie that Joe can get in the shower. They will have a extended shower scene. Cassidy David has one, or not she doesn't have a shower scene. She has a scene outside of a pool where she is rubbing suntan lotion all over herself, which is always a welcoming surprise, or a welcoming addition to any Joe Sherlock film. That is one thing I love about Joe Sherlock. He uses real people. He doesn't use what you would call the perfect 10 type people. He uses normal, average, everyday looking people, and I love that about his films, because that is life. That is how things are. Not everybody is a perfect 10. Even though I feel that there are some very attractive women in this movie, they are not what you would call the perfect 10s by Hollywood standards. That is what I am trying to say. Now, with that said in mind, you also have a fun scene with Dale Wilson coming in, because he plays an exterminator. His wife plays a phone dispatch for 911. But he has this fun scene where he is going into the garage where Jackie Newman Jones's daughter saw the creature as she is taking out the recycling. Which, by the way, Stephanie Marie had me just rolling the way she's carrying out the recycling. She's carrying it like it's like gross garbage, like it's just recycling. It's like plastic and paper goods. It's cardboard. It's nothing that's going to be gross. It's going to be dry stuff. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. But that scene was actually kind of funny. But there's a lot of really funny, just great scenes in this movie. But the scene in particular where Dale is looking for the creature, which they think are rats again, inside the basement garage area of Jackie Newman, or basement of Jackie Newman Jones's house. Which all of you should know Jackie Newman Jones from all kinds of films, from Joe Sherlock films, or just Manos Hands of Fate. But she is just a pleasant, just amazing in everything that I see her in. I always love seeing Jackie, but that scene in particular is just absolutely just pure gold. There is another scene in particular that is pure gold that involves Richard Johnson as he comes home to find that his wife, who is played by Cassidy David, is feeding. I forget his name off the top of my head right now, but is feeding a character to Donna Rooney's creature, which she is kind of like a spider type thing with that feeds on human flesh. But it's just a really funny scene that this is gonna tide her over, and this and that, and then they go and have this sensual love scene, and it is just absolutely hysterical. It's just a love. I just love this movie from beginning to end. I feel like every Joe Sherlock movie is well worth your price of admission. This is definitely one of my favorite ones, next to probably Blood Creek Woodsman or The Drifter. Those three, these three are probably my favorites. They're so good. Although Channel 99 is absolutely just amazing, and so is Dark Zone 13. So definitely check out a lot of Joe Sherlock's films. They're just absolutely fun and well worth your time. Now on to the three things that I like my movies. To me, audio. This thing, Joe always gets a great score with all of his movies. He gets an A+ on the audio. There's never a moment where I never misunderstood what is being said, or can't hear what is being said, or anything of that nature. It works all very well in its behalf. It works just perfectly, in my opinion, the audio. Now, on to the dialogue. The dialogue is always an A+ in a Joe Sherlock film, because they always say some of the greatest, funniest, catchiest things. There's always great taglines in every single one of their movies, of his movies. Like I said, one earlier, this is like the Pulp Fiction of B movies. I really feel like this is a masterpiece. It really should be checked out by a lot of people, in my opinion. And if you don't check out Things 5, something is wrong with you. No, I'm kidding. I feel like it's a perfect Halloween movie. Definitely give it a watch. It is 100% worth your try. The editing is definitely on point, as usual with Joe Sherlock's stuff. He always has a distinct style, and it works really well in his behalf. He has a very distinct way of telling stories, whether it be backwards, forwards, in sections, like what he does with this one. It just really just works out in so many different ways. He is just that damn good of a director, in my opinion. And I am not just saying that because I am a huge fan of Joe. I feel like he is just a well-rounded director, well-rounded filmmaker that knows how to edit, write, do complicated shots with cinematography. He knows how to set up scenes formulaic in a good formulaic way, to where it's going to keep your attention from beginning to end. Never have a dull moment. Always are have their finger on the pulse of what's going on at the time. It is definitely very cool, kitschy, fun stuff. I really enjoy it, and I really think that you guys should hop onto Tubi and check this one out. It is well worth the hour and 14 minutes, I think is how long this is. It came out in 2019, by the way, so it's a few years old, but it is still well worth the watch. Don't let its age dissuade you from watching this, because I think it is well worth that. And now on to the 1 through 5 scale. I'm going to give this thing a 4.5 out of 5. This thing is a absolute powerhouse. It is a dynamite movie. I know I give Joe always high ratings, but his stuff is just always so good, and always has something new and different and fun and interesting to say, and cool ways to deliver the joke or the story or whatever it is that he's trying to convey on screen, whether it be horror, science fiction, drama, comedy, sex, violence, just anything that he is trying to convey on screen. He does a fantastic job at it, and I hope that you guys always check out Joe Sherlock's films. Alright, guys, I'm going to get the hell out of here. I'll be back at you with another review tomorrow. And as always, I love your faces and peace.